friends. I am here this week in July where we're going to talk a little bit about gold. Oh my gosh, it just occurred to me Diddy's gold. Yes, he is. Oh my goodness. So, this is Diddy. I'm Eleanor, and I get to represent Unity of Wichita every week or so in one of these online midweek meditations. It's such an honor to be part of this cool group. So, if you haven't been by Unity of Wichita yet, 21st and Oliver, or check out our Facebook page, you'll dig it. I promise. Like it and pass it on. We need to spread the word that this kind of joy is here. Thank you. Today's meditation. Oftentimes I um, share from my heart. I mean, most of the time, my meditations are just straight from my heart, with sometimes an influence or a focus or an intention. Today, I'm going to read a short entry on the power of understanding. We know the word understanding, what it means to understand. And we know that there's a difference between understanding and wisdom. Wisdom's how you use it, right? But understanding, to believe in something, to have faith in something's qualities so much that you know and trust and stand under the idea supporting it. And then cyclically, it supports you in its logic and perfection. So I'm going to read this now. Get comfortable. Let your breath find you. Take some nice, deep breaths together. Understanding, the ability to know, perceive, and apprehend. The disciple is Thomas. He represents the ability to see beyond appearances to reality. The corresponding color is gold, and the location is the front of the brain. Last month it was imagination, which is like your third eye, opening and receiving and reciprocating, and just like, understanding is the top of your frontal lobe. Okay? We know this. So if you haven't already, closed your eyes or relaxed your gaze. We'll sink a little deeper and continue. Build Something to Stand On by Winifred Wilkinson Hausman. Understanding is important in developing our spiritual nature because it is the faculty that puts feet under our prayers and gives our spiritual activity something to stand upon. We call it understanding. Blind faith, faith without understanding the spiritual laws, may get results on occasion. But our spiritual growth demands a base that is more dependable, understanding that is grounded in spiritual truth. Thomas. Thomas is the disciple who stands for the faculty of understanding. A study of his contact with Jesus gives us some insight into the way we must develop our own ability to think and learn and make deductions, to draw conclusions so that we may awaken this spiritual quality in us. Thomas didn't always have spiritual understanding, but he wanted to learn. He didn't mind asking questions, and he listened to Jesus' answers. Thomas is probably best known for doubting the news of the resurrection when he heard it secondhand from the other disciples. Jesus respected Thomas's need to know firsthand. The awakening of our own faculty, the faculty and power of understanding, it starts with questioning. Questioning the old ways of thinking that may have been taken for granted. The desire for understanding leads to thinking about what is learned and seeking to put it all together in a body of information that will provide a basis for living and the expression of wisdom. Understanding is different from wisdom. According to Charles Fillmore, as he defines wisdom as being our intuitive knowing, spiritual intuition, the why. Understanding, metaphysically defined by Charles Fillmore, is the ability of the mind to apprehend and realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas to one another. Realize the laws of thought and the relation of ideas to one another. To put it more simply, wisdom knows, and understanding knows what goes into it. When your understanding is developed in both head and feet, not only will you have the light in mind, remember that gold at the frontal lobe, but you will also have the ability to apply it in your world. I'll now share a brief, unique meditation on the power of understanding brought to us by Reverend Bronte Colbert. In this moment, I pause and call upon my spiritual gift of divine understanding, understanding for insights into my daily journey. If I'm not sure of the path to take, which decision to make, or what words to say, I allow spiritual understanding to guide my mind and heart. Understanding takes me deeper in my levels of compassion, non-judgment, and connection to others. I use the faculty of understanding to see beyond human appearances and into the light of truth, others' golden light of understanding, the extent of their understanding through the light of the truth of their knowing. I perceive and am grateful for the gifts, the joys, and the presence of the divine in every event and circumstance. I understand that I am divine. Now flutter your eyes open if you haven't done so already, and come back, bring your awareness to this golden space. Notice the gold you see today in the sun when it comes out. Maybe notice some flickering, some gold on a bird's wing in the flowers, shimmering on some rocks you thought were just gravel. I'm going to share our unity affirmation on understanding. I'll say it once and then we'll say it together, okay? With spiritual understanding, I see myself and others with compassion. With spiritual understanding, I see myself and others with compassion. One more time. With spiritual understanding, I see myself and others with compassion. Compassion. The logical act flowing from love. Love that is source alive within us. And love that connects us as there can be only one. And so in the name and the nature of the golden Christ cloak we feel today. We say together, and so it is. Namaste.